Okay, enough nonsense. Listen. All right, listen. I think this is actually pretty cool. So, you know LJ Ellis, right? He does a really phenomenal job of getting intel, getting insight when it comes to our Spurs. And I thought that these two sections were pretty interesting nonetheless. So he basically talks about the Nuggets, and he says that the San Antonio Spurs are like really ecstatic the fact that the Denver Nuggets won the championship. So let's see. While the Spurs are happy about the Nuggets winning the championship, the Miami Heat, or is it 2 and 3? It's actually 2 and 3. Sorry. The Miami Heat are another favorite of San Antonio front office. Even back when the Spurs and the Heat battled in the finals, the two franchises had a lot of respect for each other. Interestingly, according to a Spurs source, Heat president Pat Riley was the first NBA executive to contact the head honchos of the Spurs to congratulate the franchise about winning Wembayama lottery. That's insane. Okay. I knew that we had respect for the Heat. I didn't know it was that deep. But this is the one I want to talk about, actually. Speaking of Jokic, multiple members of the Spurs organization are thrilled that the Nuggets won the 2023 NBA championship. First of all, there's a special bond between the Spurs and the Nuggets due to both organizations being former ABA franchises. So I just wanted to show this connection because I thought this was pretty dope. And there's also something else that I want to bring up, and it's down here about Greg Popovich. But check this out. So I came across this video, and I just thought it was pretty interesting. All right, little history lesson if you guys didn't know. So just going to turn that on up. And yeah, check this out. This is from Don Harris on Extra Point. I don't know. I guess it's on the news. I have no idea.
Starting tonight.
Oh, my God. Playing my headphones, dog. Not my freaking thing. Here we go.
Don't really have a dog in the hunt? Well, if you're a Spurs fan, you might consider Denver, and here's why. First of all, like the Spurs, they're an old ABA franchise, the last of the Spurs, Nuggets, Pacers, and Nets to make the finals. And of the four, only the Spurs have won a championship. Get this, former Spurs coach Bob Bass was Denver's first ever coach back in 1967. And that's just the beginning. Larry Brown coached both the Spurs and the Nuggets. So did Doug Moe. Alan Bristow and George Karl both coached the Nuggets after playing for the Spurs. And former Spurs marketing whiz Russ Bookbinder got his start working for the Nuggets, where the owner of the Nuggets at the time was, wait for it, Red McCombs. That's right, Red owned both the Spurs and...
I have no idea which one. Is that red? I can't tell which one's red. Is that red? I think that's red. Maybe that's red. I think this is red.
The Denver Nuggets. The ABA ties that bind in so many different ways.
That's red. Red was on the left. I had it right. I totally didn't look at chat just now.
Then there's the personality of the team. The Joker and Duncan. Nothing flashy, just efficient. Denver's coach said yesterday that the Joker reminds him of Tim, a selfless superstar who only cares about winning. They play defense. They play all buy-in, team-first mentality. To be fair, Eric Spoelstra and Miami have a great culture too, but for us old ABA old-timers, I'm rooting for David Thompson and the red, white, and blue ball. Go Denver. Go Mile High. Go Nuggets. That's my point. Let's hear
this was obviously before the finals, but I just thought that was pretty cool. And also, when people talk about Greg Popovich, and because there's been this whole argument on Twitter, not from Spurs fans. Spurs fans know it's BS, okay? But it's been quite a few people bringing up the fact that like no one wants to be like the Spurs, or like who cares, because people are hating now that we got Wemby or we're getting Wemby or whatever. But I thought that this was pretty interesting. So Nuggets head coach Michael Malone is quietly a branch of Greg Popovich's coaching tree. So if we go to this coaching tree, let's see, because I think that there was a, did he not use it? Oh, he didn't use the image. There's like this really cool image of the coaching tree. I'll go to it in a second. But anyways, as the story goes, Popovich was so impressed by Malone during a Basketball Without Borders clinic back in 2005 that he helped him get a job with Mike Brown's Cleveland Cavaliers. Without Popovich helping him get his foot in the door, Malone would be the first to tell you he wouldn't be where he is today. And that's one that we don't necessarily put in the Popovich coaching tree, but I think we should. So let's look at the coaching tree. I know I have it on my Twitter. So let's scroll through. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Where is it? There it is. Here it is. Shout out to Solo for this one. Yeah, so looking at the coaching tree here. Yeah, they don't have him on there, which that's another one you can add. Absolutely ridiculous, by the way. Absolutely ridiculous. And then there's that extra layer because obviously Mike Brown, and yeah, I don't know. Just thought it was cool. Just thought I would bring it up. Popovich has absolutely created a monster. It's just a monster, dude. And when he actually retired, we're left with some really great coaches that he created. But yeah, I don't know. This is the GOAT. I don't care what anyone says. He's by far the GOAT.